Welcome back to Guys' Rooms. Vince Mascendero is a man whose passion is brewing his own beer. When he wanted a place to enjoy the fruits of his labor, he did what most guys do in a situation like that. He rolled up his sleeves, got out his hammer and a pile of nails, and late one night began to turn his unfinished basement into his very own brew pub. You won't find Vince's brew pub in any local directory, nor is it open to the public. What started out as a typical unfinished basement has been transformed into a sanctuary for civil engineer Vince Mascendero.
Vince's Brew Pub, that's a sign my wife had made up for me a couple Christmases ago. It was a good saying, Vince's Brew Pub, because I do brew my own beer. It worked out good, I think. It looks good where it is.
Vince designed his space to serve as a dual-purpose entertainment room. One area is a sitting room complete with television, while the other is the bar area, where Vince stores and serves his famous home brew.
Originally, when we moved into the house, the whole basement was unfinished, just a concrete floor, cinder block walls, and one of the things we wanted was a room for entertaining, and we really didn't have any plans on what we wanted to do with it, so we decided that it lent itself pretty good for a bar. We had some different design criteria to work with. There were no windows down here, no external light. We wanted to keep it bright without that 70s paneling look that you see in a lot of basements. So we decided just to use regular drywall for the walls and paint it white, keep it bright, light-colored carpets, try to put a lot of pictures on the wall. We have a built-in fish tank that we put in and mirrors behind the bar to try to give the space a little more roomy look than it really has. Pretty much I did all the work myself, put up the drywall, had it carpeted, and eventually I was able to build the bar.
Vince designed the bar after visiting several bars in his own neighborhood. It's the centerpiece of Vince's Brew Pub, and it's also Vince's favorite part of his Guys' Room.
The biggest challenge probably was designing the bar, because it was something I really hadn't done before, and so I basically just started building it from scratch and worked my way up. We decided to go with a contemporary style bar with brass accents for the footrail and handrail. It's 100% made of oak. The bar top is solid oak boards joined together with a polyurethane finish to avoid spills and resist water. The countertop is made of Formica with a sink installed. I have a drain and hot and cold water supplied to the bar. An area for glasses. Over here is a small refrigerator for holding sodas or single beers. And over here is the cold box, which is set up to hold kegs of homebrew.
Vince took apart an old refrigerator to create this cold box, which keeps his kegs of homebrew at their ideal serving temperature.
This is a cream ale. This is an India Pale Ale, and there's a ESB, an English ESB ale. This is the cooling unit that keeps the whole box at a constant temperature. The lines come up through the ceiling of the box up to our taps, where we could tap a fresh beer. Right here is a Beal Special Bitter. Have fresh home brew right on tap.
Built on nights and weekends over a period of 6 months, Vince's Homebrew Pub is not only equipped with a TV over the bar, but it's also been accessorized with pictures and memorabilia from Vince's favorite TV show, The Three Stooges. And what pub would be complete without a pool table?
It's a 4x8 pool table. Used to be in a bar, and it pretty much lent itself pretty good to this room because it's a smaller size, condensed. It gives you plenty of room to play. And it works with quarters, just like a regular bar table. And over here we have dartboard, just like in a real bar. Is my fish tank. It's a saltwater tank. We have a couple fish in there. I framed it out pretty much like a window, and I decided to build it into the wall to keep all the equipment out of the way. It's really good for if you have kids around in a space like this so the kids can't get to it. Don't have to worry about it falling. And it's a good stress reliever. You can come down and look at the fish swim around.
Vince's room is the perfect balance of fun and relaxation. highlighted by the addition of southwestern artwork in the sitting area and topped off by brass-accented lighting over the pool table.
It's a relaxing room. Basically, it's like going to the corner bar, but in your own house. Once in a while, I have friends over for maybe football games, you know, during the playoffs. And I supply the beer, of course. And the guys, they all like coming down here. It's a fun place.
It's amazing what a guy can do with a few studs, some sheets of drywall, and a little paint. One day it's an unfinished basement, and the next it's a fantasy come true. Now, what do you get when you take a few guitars and a couple